I got to thank the team, the whole Geico team. I mean, what to say? I jumped into this car 2 days ago, and the Geico guys and the whole KV Racing Technology team made me feel right at home, and I'm just happy to be here, and happy that I give them a good, solid qualifying result. This is just the beginning. It was weird. It was like the first day in the job. So it's like when you have your street car for 9 years, then you buy a new one. You still get in and you still don't know where the air conditioning button is and a bunch of the stuff in the dash, and that's the way I felt the last couple of days.
I think it's just a lot of people waiting to try and find out what to do, and everybody was pretty cautious, I think, as far as just going out on reds and trying to advance and make sure they advance to the next six. And I think Will was probably maybe the only one that could have tried blacks and still got through. So all in all, pretty consistent for us, nothing too crazy. We've kind of been like that all weekend, sort of top 4 or 5 and just floating around in that area. Still a little bit of speed in the car. I messed up a little bit in the fast 6 there. Maybe had a couple of tenths left in it, and would have been good for maybe P2. But at least it's a good spot for Dario and myself. Second and third, and hopefully we can put a bit of heat on Will there.
Tomorrow is going to be interesting every restart, isn't it, with a side-by-side? So, I had a pretty good car. I crashed it this morning, and the target guys did a good job fixing it. If I was just finding the limit each lap a little more, but eventually the Firestone Reds are so good for that explosive grip, but you keep pushing them, they don't last as well as the Firestone Blacks. That's what they're designed to do, and I kind of ran out of tyre there. So when my bravery got to where it needed to be, the tyre was past its best. So, but no, not a bad session, and we'll have a good race tomorrow. That was awesome to see TK come back. I think the TK, the KV team, they're going to really benefit from having Tony in that camp, and I think Jimmy and those guys will look after him, and you'll see him flourish. That was a great start for him. I was happy with that.
Green flag actually fell nearly 3 minutes ago, and no takers as of yet. Right now, they're playing the waiting game on pit lane. Everybody is focused on the Firestone Fast 6 session and who will win the Peak Performance Pole Award for the Honda Grand Prix of St. Pete. As we hear a couple of engines fire, Ryan Briscoe is first out of the chute, so he's away.
He's the first taker. Scott Dixon still sitting there. They haven't shown us what tire they're going to use. It looks like they're getting ready to fire the 12 car, so we'll see Will Power leave here in a matter of moments.
We're watching Scott Dixon right now on the big screen as Scott Dixon makes his way through the back portion of this track underneath the Firestone Bridge through turn number 8. Now to turn number 9. Briscoe is number 1. Mike Conway has gone to number 2. And here comes Scott Dixon, Mark Janes. He's never won this race, but he's been very fast here in the past.
No question about that. This time he takes a bit more of an erratic line. He doesn't get to the outside retaining wall and stick it there. However, he sets up very nicely for turn number 10, climbs onto the throttle, and there goes the number 12 machine of Will Power. He bumps that curving to the bottom side a little bit as he makes his way through turn 10s.
Scott Dixon just went to P1 with that lap, Davey, and now drops to P2 as Will Power leapfrogs him there, but Dixon at a minute 2.3975, and Power has just turned the quickest lap of the weekend at a minute 2.1056. So Mike Conway is currently third, now has dropped the fourth as Dario Franchitti has moved to third. Conway across start-finish line will head into turn number 1. So, Davey, here he is, Mike Conway, driving this year for Andretti Autosport, currently fourth, looking for more now as he makes his way through 1, 2, and now 3. There on the big screen, you can see him, the same guy who started on pole here a year ago, back on pole in 2011. That's Will Power, the pole sitter for the Honda Grand Prix of St. Pete.
We didn't get a chance to run blacks, but the reds were definitely a lot stickier than the blacks. I used reds in the final 6, and they were great. They lasted long and good enough for pole. Usually pretty good on road and street courses, so yeah, really happy to start the season like this and get the Verizon 12 car. The best chance of winning. Obviously, it's going to be pretty hectic and some hard racing, I think, with the double file restarts and so on. So I think all the fans and I guess most of the drivers are looking forward to it.